Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and thank you for coming back for another episode of Top 10 Tuesdays. It is Top 10 sequels, and what that means is Top 10 Part 2's only. So no Part 3's, 4's, or whatever. Now, I went ahead and did my list a little different. Now, we said to everybody that was making the videos that, you know, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't necessarily have to have Part 2 in the title. It can be, you know, Dawn of the Dead or, you know, the Devil's Rejects or, you know, anything Part 2 totally goes. For my list, I'm actually going to keep it pretty simple, and my list is going to contain films that only have Part 2 in it. I solely did this because it was a little less stressful on making a list. The reason why I did it is to keep off some films I've already talked about, like Dawn of the Dead and The Beyond and Inferno, and there's lots of films out there that would make this list, but for my list, I'm just strictly going to have Part 2's in the title. So, very simple, and I'm pretty sure everyone's doing it differently, so. But anyways, first up, we've got, probably the newest one on the list here is Cold Prey 2. I absolutely fucking love the sequel. I actually do prefer this over the original film. In my opinion, it's one of the better sequels to come out in the last, 15 years. It's just amazing. Just awesome stuff. Takes place right after the first film, in a hospital, and it's really fucking awesome, man. Definitely check out Cold Prey if you've never checked it out. Awesome stuff. Number 10. Number 9 is, of course, The Stepfather 2. I absolutely love this film. I think it's fantastic. Terry O'Quinn kills it. Meg Foster's fucking awesome. It's a great flick, man. Just more of the first film carried over into the second one. Terry O'Quinn just kills his performance, as usual. Great flick. Love Stepfather 2. Awesome stuff. And that is number 9. Number 8 is, of course, Friday the 13th Part 2. Huge fan of this film. It's not my favorite in the series, but I'm a really big fan of this one. I think it's awesome. So, but don't really have to say a whole lot more about Friday the 13th Part 2. Number 8. Number 7, we've got my favorite film in the entire Amityville franchise, which is Part 2, The Possession. I do prefer this over the original one. I like this, the story of the first film, which is this film right here. It's like pretty cool. Great story. It's got a lot of really interesting, kind of undertones to the film with incest and really odd stuff like that. But I'm a big fan of this one. I think this film is fucking fantastic. But yeah, Amityville 2. Yeah. And that was number 7. Number 6, we've got Phantasm 2. Such a solid franchise. I love all 4 films. I'm really hoping the new one's going to be good because that would suck dick if it wasn't. But Phantasm 2, great sequel. They take this one to the road, and it's got a really great feel for it. This one's always been it's interesting to me because they recast the lead in this one. But what do you do? Phantasm 2, we all know it and love it. Great flick. And that was number 6. Number 5. Am I on number 5 here? I believe I'm on number 5. I'm just absolutely fucking horrible with my numbers right now. It's like 5:30 in the morning, so. Number 5, we've got Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Love this flick, man. Sometimes I do feel like I do prefer this one over the first one. But, I don't know, man. It's kind of odd sometimes. Sometimes I don't, but, this is a great sequel, man. I think really the, last true great Hellraiser film. Part 3 I always enjoyed. Part 4 is watchable, but this one is just amazing. Such an awesome flick, man. Gotta love Hellbound Hellraiser 2. I've always kind of hated the title. I wish they had called it Hellraiser 2, say Hellbound. I don't know why they have to call it Hellbound, but whatever. Awesome flick. And that was number 5. Number 4, we've got Child's Play 2, which I think is probably my favorite in the franchise. It's actually a lot of sequels that I do prefer over the originals. It's pretty interesting. I love the original Child's Play. I think it's a fantastic film. Nothing against it. I just prefer this one, especially with the factory setting, towards the end and stuff. But this one, it's demonic, man. It's really good. The first one's more about, what's going on in the first one, but this one's awesome. It feels more of like a kind of like a killer doll film. Great stuff. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Child's Play 2. Great flick. And that is number 4. Number 3, we've got Halloween 2. I've always said this is one of my favorite sequels. I love the fact that this film, takes place the same night as the original Halloween. It's just basically a complete continuation of that first film, and it just manages to capture that feel so well. Love this flick, man. Still got probably one of the funniest scenes ever to me in a film is when that cop nails that young boy and explodes into the ambulance. It fucking kills me every time I see that part. It's just so funny. I always ask myself, I'm like, why the fuck was he driving so fast? But no, great flick, man. Got some memorable kills. Love the hospital setting. Great stuff. Halloween 2. Number 2, we've got Demons 2. Such a huge fan of this film. Love Lamberto Bava. I do prefer Demons over this one, but nothing to take away from this one. I love this flick, man. It's just such an awesome film. It just manages to capture that awesome atmosphere. It's got a really young Asia Argento in the film, too. Pretty interesting. Awesome soundtrack. Great gore. I always love this one, man, because they're coming out of the TVs this time. Pretty cool shit. But yeah, Demons 2, awesome flick. Love Lamberto Bava. Awesome stuff. At number 2, and of course at number 1, we have Psycho 2. Yeah, I fucking love Psycho 2. And it blows my mind that this film came out, I think it's 22 years after the original one, set in real time, and it just works so well. This movie is, it's so brilliant. Absolutely love this. Psycho, along with Phantasm, are right up there for my favorite franchises. Probably they're tied for my second one. Of course, being Nightmare on Elm Street, but I am not a big fan of Part 2. Actually, it's one of my least favorite films in the franchise, so it doesn't make this list. But Psycho 2, I absolutely love this flick, man. It's so fucking great stuff. So, but yeah. Like I said before at the top of this video, if I had put, films that didn't have part 2s in them, like The Devil's Rejects and The Beyond and Inferno and Dawn of the Dead, all those things would have been in here and would have changed this list completely. So I wanted to make it really easy and just actually have part 2s in there. So that's the way I did my list, of course. But a little recap. Number 1, Psycho 2. We've got Demons 2, number 2. Number 3, we've got Halloween Deuce. Number 4, Child's Play 2. Number 5, Hellraiser 2. Number 6, Phantasm 2, which I actually do still prefer the original Phantasm over this film, but, it's a great film. Number 7, Amityville 2. Of course, I prefer this one. Number 8, Friday 2. Great sequel. Number 9, Stepfather 2. Great flick. And this one's probably surprising everybody, but Cold Prey 2, I love this flick, man. Like I said, I think it's probably, obviously, my favorite sequel in the last 15 years, because there's nothing newer than this one, but I love this flick, man. It's great stuff. So that's going to do it, guys, for another edition of Top 10 Tuesdays. Make sure to check out everybody else's videos. Of course, we got Movie Guy 666, Dubby Dubbles, my man Jesse Midnitekrawlr, and of course Matt from You and Your Horror Movies. So go out and check out all their videos. Support them. And like I said last week, if anybody is watching this that wants to get in on this, you can jump in anytime you want. If you want to start doing back episodes, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But jump on, man. We actually haven't. From what I know, I don't think there's anybody that's jumped on yet. But these are really fun to do, and we got tons more themes to come up. I think we got the next 40 weeks or something planned. But yeah. Anyways, guys. I'll check you next week with another top 10 list, of course, and peace out.